bid adieu to Warren Buffett, who's stepping down as the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway after a very illustrious six-decade career at the helm of the firm. Greg Abel will be taking over amid the backdrop of cash reserves, which are at a record high for Berkshire right now, and shifting investment priorities. So passing of the baton is going to be taking place. Let's rewind a little bit and talk about Warren Buffett's investing journey. Much before Berkshire Hathaway even came into the picture, when he was just 11 years old, he bought his first group of equity shares. In 1956, when he was 26 years old, Buffett founded Buffett Partnership Limited. In 1964, he bought some stake in American Express. In 1965, bought stake in Walt Disney. Then in 1965 comes Berkshire Hathaway. He acquired Berkshire Hathaway and transformed it into a holding company at the age of 35. 1970 became the chairman and majority shareholder of Berkshire Hathaway. And in 1978, the decade-long partnership, in fact, a partnership that has lasted the test of time, Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett, they were introduced to each other, and Charlie Munger joined as vice chairman for Berkshire Hathaway. In 1970s and 80s, Berkshire Hathaway invested in Sea Candies and GEICO Insurance. In 1980s and 1990s, they invested in Coca-Cola, McDonald's, Wells Fargo and Dairy Queen. So these are some of the marquee investments made by Berkshire Hathaway. In 1996, he took full control of GEICO Investments, and in 2010, he started investing in railroads like Burlington Northern, and then came the investment in Heinz, which he publicly regrets, and IBM. Then in 2016, he started accumulating shares of Apple, although he has started to pare some stake in the recent past, but Apple still continues to be the top holding in his portfolio. Let's now shift focus and talk about how his investments have performed. Berkshire's return compared to the S&P 500, Berkshire has given a 55,000 times return from 1965 to 2024. That's a 20% CAGR, vastly outperforming the S&P 500 with a 10% CAGR return in the same time period. If you talk about some of the moves in the last 20 years, Berkshire has outperformed the S&P 500 by 300%. In the last 10 years, Berkshire's outperformance has been 41% compared to the S&P 500. But yes, in the last 3 years, 12 months and 2025 year to date, which is this calendar year, Berkshire Hathaway has underperformed the S&P's return. Now, if you take a look at Berkshire Hathaway's cash pile, they sit at a record high right now of $381 billion. This, of course, on the back of stake sale that has gradually happened in Apple. And this cash pile for Berkshire Hathaway has consistently been going up since 2023. Now, let's talk about some of the famous quotes from Warren Buffett. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. So that is one of the great investment quotes from him. And he also, in his last shareholders, the shareholders letter, the key takeaways over here are: decide what you would like your obituary to say, and then live a life to deserve it. So those are some wise words coming over there. In the last shareholders letter, he credited success to luck, timing and birthplace largely. He fondly remembered Munger and Omaha business partners as well, and was grateful for the journey that he has seen so far, reinforced long-term investing, patience and business understanding principles. Lastly, let's focus and talk about Warren Buffett's publicly recognized mistakes and the big blunders that he said. The first of them is the most ironic one, wherein he says buying Berkshire Hathaway itself was the dumbest stock that he has ever bought. So that is something he has spoken about. Then came Dexter Shoe Company. Then he also said that missing Amazon and Google, that rally was an error of omission on his end. And lastly, overpaying for the Kraft and Heinz demerger is something that he accepts that is one of his biggest mistakes. But that's the spotlight on the journey that the Oracle of Omaha has seen in a 6-decade-long illustrious career.
Well, truly a legend.